So, how do you import samples into DubTurbo on a Mac? Another big shout out going out to Doran, actually, because since I've got this Mac, I've been troubleshooting these problems myself here instead of our testers or our support staff, and I've figured out quite a few things, which I'm happy about, and you guys will be happy about too. So you can now import on a Mac, right into DubTurbo, the same way you would parse on Windows, you're going to parse on the Mac. And just to prove it to you guys real quick before we start, we'll draw in some bars. I'll open this up. I'm on an iMac right now. Here's all my ZZ wobbles, and I'll go through the process of adding the ZZ wubs. Okay, so we're going to close this up. First thing we need to do is install your DubTurbo. I'm assuming you guys are already at that step. You're already at the step where you don't know how to import yet. So we're going to go to get, I don't even know if you need X11. I have it because I was trying to use our PC VSTs and wrap them with WAC VST and the virtual effects machine, or VFX or whatever. And I managed to do it, but it was only pulling up sliders for me, not the visual interface. So anyway, get X11 just to be sure. And if you already have it, then great. If not, it might work without it. I'm not sure. You guys can try that. But you will need the wine bottler. Just go to winebottler.cronenberg.org. I'll put the link in the description for you guys. Install wine and wine bottler, and you'll have this little wine icon up here when it's running. And what this will do is allow you guys to actually use our parsers. Okay, so here's how we would normally do this. In applications, you'll have DubTurbo 2, and you'll notice there's no folders or nothing, it's just an icon. So you'll right click on it, show package contents. This will literally pull up all our stuff. And in here, you'll have resources, which has all our samples and the data and the parsers that we're going to use. So we go to samples, and you have drums. There's all our drum samples, keys, all our key samples. You guys can rip these apart and take them out and use them within your other DAWs and samplers as well. But what we're going to focus on are these two exe files. You see when I highlight them, they already pull up the wine icon. That means it's going to be assigned to that program. And now, because I have wine installed, I can actually use these. So what I'll do to demonstrate is I'll go to our members area. In our resources area, you'll have the new wubs, volume 1 and volume 2. So I tested volume 1 and I was like, yeah, it works. Let's do a video quick before I forget how to do this. So we're going to download volume 2 right now. It's 22 megs. Okay, and then when you download the zip file and open it up, you'll have all this. You'll notice one is called keys. We're going to put that in the keys folder, and we're going to put the rest into the drums folder. So holding down shift, I just grab these guys. In my folder here for drums, I'm going to double click on that, or simply drag right onto the drums folder. Okay, then once you drag them in there, here they are at the bottom, ZZ-wub. So now that they're in here, I'm going to parse, oh, no, I'm not yet, actually. I'm going to grab my keys, and I'm going to do the same thing. Just go to my keys, make sure I'm in there, and then just drop it right on there. Okay, so now in my keys, I also have ZZ-keys-wubs, and here's all the keys. And you'll notice why we did it this way in a moment, once we parse both. So now that I have wine installed, again, what you'll see happen here is I'm going to parse drums and parse keys, and new icons will pop up. You'll double click, it'll ask if you want to run this through wine, you say go, and here I thought it crashed for me. I'm like, what the fuck? And then it just started, boom, there it is. Actually, it popped up in the right place this time too. Great, so there's our new drums.dubbank file. I'm gonna need to go back a folder, so we're gonna copy that. We'll get rid of it after too, but just for now, copy. We'll go to data. This is our actual live data folder. This is what DubTurbo reads from for both drums and keys. And then here, we'll simply paste item. It'll ask if you want to overwrite it, just like on the PC. You say yes, and now there's a new drums.dubbank file there. Okay, we'll go back to samples. We'll get rid of this guy now. We don't need him. He shouldn't be there. He's just going to cause you confusion later when you open it up or whatnot. I just do Mac delete as my shortcut. It gets rid of it. And now we added keys as well, right? So we're going to parse the keys. It'll ask you if you want to run it. Give it a moment. Let it do its thing. It'll pop up with the keys. Copy the keys, go to your data folder, overwrite the old keys. Replace it, great. So now when we start DubTurbo, we'll have the new samples in both the keys and the drums. Let's go look. DubTurbo starts up, no problem. If something happened there and you didn't do something right, or you added folders, or you renamed something differently and something's not matching up, it won't run. And if that happens, we gave you guys a backup folder. So what you'll have to do is revert whatever you did. Go into your samples, keys, get rid of whatever you added, get rid of that, get rid of the drums that you added, the ZZ wubs and wobbles. Just basically go back to the beginning without any new samples added. In your backup, there's a data folder there. There's your original drums keys. Don't lose these. Simply do the same thing, overwrite the new ones, and you'll have your old original DubTurbo back and it'll run no problem. I don't know why that happens for some of you guys, but there's how you fix it. So let's just go ahead and drag in 2 bars. I'll quickly remind you guys, if you can't drag to the end like I just did right there, make your bars 4 count and then drag halfway. Okay, it's the same thing. Now you're at 2 bars. Open that up, go to N to Z, go down at the bottom. There's our new wubs. Wicked. Okay, now we're going to go to our keys and make sure the keys are there too. And the keys, don't forget, they're spanned. So now we have 45 spanned little wub shots and wubs. And here we go. Last one. ZZ keys wubs or wubs. Anyway, so you can get really creative now with spanning these, as well as the one shots that are put together in groups of 10 that sound nice together. Some of them are full bars, so they're done at 140. So if you go, I'll try to do 140. It'll last for the whole bar. Some of them are labeled half bar and quarter bar, or snap when they'll be spanned. So you guys can get creative with having the sound last the whole bar, half bar, quarter bar. Some of them are really small little ticks, and put together in a nice string. You get wicked sequences out of them. All right, wicked. I'm glad I did this. Sorry it's taken so long. I actually thought it wasn't possible. I didn't think the parsers would work on a Mac just running Wine, but there you have it. Glad I did this now, and I'm hoping you guys get used to this and now realize you can make your own samples in Logic or in whatever else. Just make them nice and short. Don't make them any more than 4 seconds, I'd say. 16-bit stereo wave files, not AIFFs, but waves. And then go through the same process, dump them into your samples. If you want to span them, put them in your keys. If you want groups of 10, put them in groups of 10. In those folders, make sure you don't have any extra folders, temp files, anything else, just the wave files. Name them 1 through 91, like 1 dash, whatever, up to 9, and then 91. Because if you put 10, 10 is actually before 2 in real numerical format. So it'll go on the second pad and mess everything up. So 1 through 91, and then we usually put 2 kicks, 2 snares, 2 shakers, and then random the rest. So that if you do have nice beat patterns going on and you switch kits later, it still makes sense. The kicks are where they're supposed to be, snares are where they're supposed to be. But if you're doing wubs, or if you're doing samples or effects of any kind, then it's whatever. You just lay them out however you want in groups of 10 or in keys to span them like we have here for the wubs. Awesome. Thank you very much. Enjoy using your own samples and importing our new ones now that you can, using Wine and DubTurbo too. Peace.